Okay, yes, welcome back to the channel everybody. My name is Alan, this is my life in Taiwan, and once again I've been invited by the Taipei City Government Parks Department up to Taipei, this time to take part in the 2020 YangMingShan Flower Festival. Let me try my Chinese. Erling YangMingShan花季 可以吗? Rather than just looking around what's on offer here at the YangMingShan花季, I'm going to open up a little bit of a topic, open up a question of discussion, shall we say, and I'm going to be explaining to you why after 12 years I think that Taiwan as a country as a whole is much better for me than my original home country of the UK. Let's take a look around this beautiful festival and get to discussing some of those points of why I love it so much here in Taiwan. Let's go! Super excited to be here, and it looks like the event or the opening ceremony is just about to get started over my shoulder. But before we get into there, I'm going to start with probably my first main reason as to why I feel my life is much better in Taiwan than it is or would be back in the UK. And this is going to require somewhat of a level of honesty, because it's basically the lifestyle as a whole. I live a very laid-back, relaxed lifestyle here in Taiwan, and I'm sure many foreigners that are watching this video will agree with me. The pressures of life here in Taiwan are much lower for a foreigner than they would be back in their home countries. Whether or not I'm an exception to the rule and I'm just very lucky, I work 3 or 4 hours a day plus an hour or two of preparation. I go to work at 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, come home at 7 or 8, and I generally just live a pretty laid-back, relaxed lifestyle. From what I hear from my friends back in the UK, life tends to be a little bit more difficult, more pressure, more financial worries, bills, general day-to-day worries about paying taxes, other mundane, boring things that, to be honest, as a foreigner here in Taiwan, I just don't face. Some people may say that gives us Peter Pan syndrome. Another video to be sure, but yes, there's my first reason. The lifestyle here in Taiwan is just super laid back, and this festival, the YangMingShan Mountain, is a perfect example of laid back life. People are just here in the park, walking through, taking photos of the flowers, enjoying what the governments have put on, a really nice show. Talking of which, I think the opening ceremony is about to start. Let's get inside and check out this opening ceremony.
欢迎来到2020阳明山花季。1、2、3，来，我们请这个上课市长。5、4、3、2、1，请启动。 2020阳明山花季因你而战，正式开始。
Okay, so opening ceremony finished, but very importantly, we are now stood outside this super interesting wooden cabin that was sponsored by the Jinmen awesome group and Brother Hotels. I'm absolutely honored and privileged to introduce to my channel Jake, the designer of this cabin. Everybody fighting Jake. Whoa! Hi Jake, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me a little bit about this cabin and what's the story behind it.
This is not a typical wood cabin. When we get commissioned, we decide to try like the wooden structure because it's sustainable.
And is this the first fully wooden building you've created?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So what challenges did you face with this?
So from the outside, it has 5 different volumes. They're all shaped with a typical like a wood house, but with like a funky rooftop shape.
Yeah, funky is a good word. I like funky, yeah. Okay. And what are these holes? Are these bird holes? Are they?
Oh yeah. I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah.
That's also one of the little surprise I would like people to experience.
got this slideshow perfect. Like it really matches the angles of your building. It's really interesting. And the next installation that we've come to see is this wonderful flower clock that I'm sure you are seeing an amazing drone shot of right now. And this kind of links to my second point as to why I think life in Taiwan is more of a match for me than a life back in the UK, and that's the scenery and the countryside of Taiwan. To compare to England or the UK, Taiwan is of course smaller and definitely more compact. So therefore you've got like mountains and beaches right next to each other. You've got waterfalls and camping spots right next to 7-Elevens, which is very important when you're camping with me. I'm definitely enjoying getting out into the countryside and seeing the genuine natural beauty of Taiwan. And of course people will tell me that England, yes, it does have natural beauty, but you tend to find it's much more difficult to get to those locations. You would definitely need a car, you would need more financial input to enjoy the countryside of England, whereas here in Taiwan, pretty much anywhere on the island is accessible by scooter or motorcycle. And as a resident of Taiwan, I thoroughly enjoy that, and I just don't think if I had a life back in the UK that I would enjoy it as much. So yes, if you agree with me, then by all means let me know. If you disagree, write a beautifully scripted comment in the comment section down below. You know how much I love those. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a little bit more of a look around this YangMingShan Mountain. Nailed it. We're gonna have a little bit of a look around and then maybe get to my third point, which you're probably gonna guess. If it's anything to do with me, it's probably gonna be about food. Let's go take a look around. We bumped into one of my fans. Yay! This is Petty.
Nice to meet you.
And she's asking me where is William, but I'm gonna see William in March.
That's why you know I'm your
super fan.
Yes.
I've been on a bit of a tour. I've got lots to share with you, so please hang around. I've got some very interesting footage to show you. But I just saw this waterfall and wanted to do a piece to camera. Apparently it's going to be super brightly lit and colorful at night, but I'm only here in the daytime. Apparently the cherry blossoms are just about to bloom. Not fully bloomed yet, so definitely get yourself down here and check it out for those all-important Instagram shots. As I mentioned, the third point is going to be about food, so let's see if we can go find a snack or two, somewhere to eat, somewhere to relax, and I'll give you my third and final reason. Let's get out of here. And just like that, we are here for dinner at the Spring Resort Hotel in Beitou. Thanks to the Taipei City Government Parks Department. They told me that as a small thank you for filming the video, they'd give me the YangMingShan Mountain set meal at this hotel. I cannot believe what has just arrived in front of me. I was expecting maybe a starter, a soup and a main meal. I think I've got 7 or 8 courses, 9 if you include the jimpai. I don't even know where to start. But one thing I do want to say, earlier in the day while I was back at the opening ceremony, just after it finished, I was promised a tour, and the tour, I have to say, of the grounds was absolutely perfect. Mr. Chen was showing me around and I met a couple of subscribers, but before the tour had even started, I walked down the steps and I don't know how to explain it to you, but basically this happened. the only way I could have explained that to you was by showing you. I ended up in some random flash mob dancing, singing, genuinely not planned. I think you can see the surprise on my face. But yeah, the third and final reason why I love Taiwan and prefer my life here in Taiwan, and that's the food. That is amazing. That is really good. But what I'm talking about when I talk about Taiwanese food, I'm not just talking about exquisite banquets or set meals like this. I'm talking about every type of food in Taiwan. I absolutely love the styles. Yes, there's a couple of dishes that I don't like, but what I'm trying to say is that when people eat in Taiwan, the Taiwanese people, whatever they're eating, whether it's cheap food, mid-range food, or expensive food, it's always the best. And what I mean by that, you go to your local Bafang or SUSHI Yolong, you get a $50 dumpling dish. Those dumplings have been prepared and perfected over the years. The street food that you eat in Taiwan, whether it's $30, $40, $50, has been made for generations. It's been perfected, it's been handcrafted, so that no matter what you're eating, you're always eating good food in Taiwan. Just to go back to England for a second, yes, of course, we have some very good food, despite what people say, but they don't have that high quality at the lower end of the price range. If you want to eat cheap food in England, it's genuinely going to be unhealthy doner kebabs, hamburgers, just food to fill you up. It's not actually as healthy as the food that we would eat here in Taiwan. Okay guys, I think we've had enough on this video. I've got another 6 or 7 courses to finish here, but I'm gonna say goodbye. So as for now, and as always, I'll see you next time in my life in Taiwan. Peace.